Okay, let's talk about purpose. Because if you're like me, you've been asking yourself these questions about purpose for maybe your whole life. Like, what am I supposed to do? What is the right path for me? Am I on the right path? And if not, what am I supposed to do? What should I do for a living? I've been asking myself these questions for, yes, my whole life. And I remember someone told me that the only way to actually be happy in this life is if you're able to distract yourself from these thoughts. But to be honest, I think that's impossible. Or maybe it's possible to distract ourselves from these thoughts once in a while, but in the long run, you will always have these questions in your mind if you're not able to answer them. And the reason is that there is an answer, and your soul is really trying to communicate that to you. And that's what we're going to talk about today. How it's communicating your purpose to you, and the physical, or how to say this, the steps that you can take to actually find out what your purpose is. Different exercises that can help you. So for you guys that doesn't know me, my name is Alma and I am a spiritual life coach from Norway. And I want to make one thing clear before we start this video. And it's that, some people feel like their purpose might be to be a really good friend, or a really good mom, raising some beautiful children, or just being a good person in general, and that is your purpose. Then that's beautiful. But this video is going to be about how you can find out what you should do for a living. How can you make your purpose and passion to something that you can make money out of and do for a living? You know what I mean? And to be able to figure this out, we should really start on the basics. The first thing that I experienced, the first thing that I learned when I started this process, understanding what my purpose is, was that there's not a coincidence that we have different dreams, different desires, different talents. It's not a coincidence. So all of our dreams and ideas, they are there for a reason. And the reason is that they are showing you your possible future. They are showing you how you can live your life, and also how you're supposed to live your life. But I know, like, sometimes we can have many dreams and we're like, okay, what's just a fantasy and what is my purpose? You might think like, oh, it would be fun to be the president of America, but maybe that's not your purpose. Do you get what I mean? So we need to figure out, okay, what's just an idea, and what is that, like, what dream are you supposed to follow? And to do that, we need to do some different exercises. And you might heard this before, but we need to figure out what you really love. But not only what you love, but also what gives you energy. Something that you can do every single day without getting exhausted. So, I can recommend you to just write down everything you love, everything that gives you energy, and see if there's something that you could do every single day without getting exhausted. So this is like step one, this whole bunch of questions. And when I say you want to do this every single day, it's like, for me, I have actually been doing self-development for my whole life. I've been interested in that for my whole life. I've always loved to write about it, to understand it, and also spirituality. I've been obsessed with it. And I've been practicing this and working with this every single day for my whole life without even understand that that was something I could do for a living. So sometimes we have already been doing this for a whole life, every single day, almost. But we don't see it because it feels so natural for us doing this. It can be like painting. You always like draw something and you love it, and every time you see like some art or something, you like, your eyes You see it and you get happy, but you don't understand that you're actually using energy on something, like one thing every single day, that is art. You know what I mean? And that's a sign that you will also be able to do that the rest of your life, because you're already drawn to that and it gives you energy. So that's the first step: writing down what you love, what gives you energy, and something that you could do every single day. And then don't think about it as a job yet. Like, if you are, let's say if you love to draw, it's not that, yes, your purpose might be that you're supposed to be an artist, but it might also be that you're supposed to be an architect. So don't think about what job you should have. Just write down what you love, what gives you energy, and what you can imagine yourself doing every single day. And then this is a very important step, because something that I experienced both after I started to understand what my purpose is, but also after I started coaching other people to find their purpose, I saw that we all are meant to help people. We all are meant to make a change somehow, because there will always be a problem to solve. So you need to figure out what you are good at that can help others, or something. What are you good at that can help others? So let's use architecture as an example. You love to paint or you love to draw. You get energy from finding solutions, building, like mathematics, when everything just fits into one building or project. Or do you get what I mean at all? You're getting energy from that, seeing these solutions. And then you see that, okay, I get drawn to architecture and I think I can help people through building, or not building, but creating homes for people. Because this is what I love, this is what I get energy from. Yes, I would love to do this every single day. And I think I can help people creating beautiful homes. That's something I want to. I've always been interested in doing that. That's your purpose. And this, okay, that was important, but this is even more important. The thing about purpose is that you are meant to make it. You're meant to make it. Because we often start thinking that, oh, but that's impossible, or it's too much job, or it's such a huge risk to take. But the thing is that the more you love something, the more you feel passionate about it, the more you're going to be scared of doing it, because it has something to do with your identity. Like, something you love comes from your heart, and we all know that it's so scary to truly just open up our heart and let people see it, let people confront us when we talk about something we love, when we're doing something we love. And also, if we are failing, then our whole dream is just like we just throwing it out of the window. You know what I mean? It's scary because it has something to do with you as a person. And that's why it's so much more scary to do something that you love than having a job that you're not that interested in, or it doesn't it's not really important for you. And that's why you're not scared of doing that, because if you lose your job, it's not a big deal, because you can find something else that might be even better. So that's why it's so much scarier to follow your dream. And that's why there's a big chance that you will give up right before it all starts to blossom. I didn't find the word, but we use that one. Um, because your mind is telling you that, okay, this is new, this is scary, and you don't want to fail in front of all these different people. You know, if there's something that you doesn't love, then failing doesn't feel like a huge thing, because you don't fail, you just, you find another job. So that's why you need to remember that you are meant to make it. It's the reason why you're having this dream, and you're supposed to live out that dream, and you're supposed to make it. That's why you're here on this earth. And when you're on the right track, when you're on the right path, you're going to get signs that will show you that you are on the right path. You will see that people will, like for me as an example, I thought, okay, philosophy, that's interesting. I like that. So I started studying that. And first of all, I didn't get energy from it, okay? So when I was reading, I just felt exhausted, and it wasn't something that I loved. And second, I didn't meet any people who were like, oh, you're so good at this, or that cheered me up, and I wasn't really good at it, to be honest. I need some water, sorry. So I didn't see any signs that could tell me that I was on the right path. But after I found my purpose and I started following that, I'm getting these confirmations, these signs all the time that I'm doing the right thing. But still, my mind thinks that it will be impossible, because, I think, okay, it's been this long time and I haven't been making that or that out. And what about the money? What about the customers? Like, all these thoughts that our mind are very good at like these messages, these negative messages that we are getting. But at the same time, I'm seeing these signs that I should continue. Like people reaching out to me, or just, you can even try to see angel numbers or other types of confirmations that tells you that you are on the right path. And you will receive these signs. And then you have to remember, like, I would love you to say, okay, I will spend 1 year on trying to follow this, follow my intuition, and follow my purpose. Because when you have made that decision, if you then starting to doubt or feel insecure when you maybe after half a year, then there's no reason to give up if you still have enough money to pay your bills and pay your food. Like that's for me as well. I think, okay, I still have enough money to pay my bills. I still have enough money to have food on the table. Why should I then take a step back? Because I haven't failed. But our mind wants us to feel safe. And that's why we don't follow our passions and our dreams, because it might take some time, but the biggest challenge is actually to convince our mind that this will work out. So for me as well, like doing the physical job is not that hard, but to convincing my mind that this is safe. That's the job, and that's the job that you have to do. And I promise you, like, you're going to make it as long as you can have it in your mindset, that you can change your mindset. It's like, who was it that said that the difference between a writer and an author is that the author are actually publishing that book, while the other one is just writing, and doesn't feel like, oh, I'm scared, this is not good enough, am I supposed to do this? That's the thing with all different types of jobs, or that's what separates someone that has succeeded and someone who had failed. It's basically, or usually, our mindset. So follow this like do these exercises, and I promise you it will be so much easier if you're also working with your mindset, because when you tell yourself in the universe and everything that you're open to receive and that you are going to follow your purpose and that you trust that it will be working out, then it's also easier for you to get the guidance that you need to figuring out what you're supposed to do. But when you're scared and when you're having the wrong mindset, it can be really hard to actually see like, what am I supposed to do, because you're still thinking that you need to be safe. So yeah, I hope this can help you too, because I know that there's so many people out there who are wondering and are curious about what they should do, and this can solve a lot of your problems when you find the right path. And come to me if you need some help or support or motivation. I'm here for you. That's the only reason why I'm here, is because I want to help you. So please reach out to me. So have a beautiful day, and I wish you good luck. Really. Yeah. Bye-bye.